Okay, testing, testing. One, two, three. Think we're good. Okay, we're live. Welcome back to the Jespective, where I do cultural commentary, go over some life lessons, and everything in between. Guys, there are not too much cases where someone live streams a crime in full effect for the world to see and in 4K. But unfortunately, what we're going to go through today is a crazy example of that. And in fact, it's not just a crazy example of stupidity, it is an example of potentially the effects of CTE. It is potentially the effects of what not going to therapy looks like. It is potentially the effects of what untreated anger issues looks like. There are a laundry list of things that what we're going to go through today could potentially represent. But it is a very, very unfortunate situation, but I think there is a cautionary tale in there somewhere. So to give an example, to break it down, what we're going to go over today is the Raja Jackson situation. I mean, if you don't know who Raja Jackson is, let's see if I could find a Wikipedia page real quick to to give this description before we break it down. But actually, let's do that. Let's before we get into the content here. Let's go Raja Jackson Wikipedia. I should have had this already for y'all. But you know what? We're live. We're doing it together. All right. Cool. All right, cool. So here we go. Raja Jackson, for those of you who do not know, is Rampage Jackson's son. If you don't know who Rampage Jackson is, we'll get into that really quick. You have basically like an MMA pro fighting legend in Rampage Jackson. A lot of people know him. I think probably from some of the early days of like man, what is the Ultimate Fighter and just like early UFC days, right? He fought John Jones in the past. He's known for knocking people out, slamming them in their heads. Really a crazy dude, but also a very, very interesting personality. And actually what he does now most of the time is he streams live on Kick, along with his son, who also streams live on Kick, which is going to be the very reason why the situation that we got into today is going to have unfolded the way it did. So anyways, bringing it back to what it was so that you understand, Raja Jackson is his son, okay? So he's the son of an MMA legend. Now, he is not as talented or as skilled as his dad, but he trains. He knows how to fight. He very much like the way you have to understand this if you're not familiar is that if you are a trained, like think of it this way, the majority of the people walking on the street don't really know much, but there are a handful of them who have some type of training. Now, that can either be them being a person who is in shape and can, throw a punch. That can be someone who has formal martial arts training. That can be, and what that formal martial arts training could be is a lot of, there's a lot of different categories for what that can actually mean. But what I need you to understand is that though I don't know if this is really accurate, his pro MMA record is 0-1. Understand that he is still a very dangerous dude, considering the fact that he is Rampage Jackson's son. He's trained. Okay, he trains Muay Thai, perhaps. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, he has these moves in his tool belt, which means typically you shouldn't go out in the street fighting people, but we'll get to it. What's going to happen here is like this crazy situation, and there's a YouTuber who's going to break it all down, and I'll let that play, and we'll get into it there. But basically, what we're going to see here is just a very, very unfortunate situation, again, peddled by, I would say, riddled with anger issues, some potential daddy issues, and a whole bunch of other things which shouldn't have happened. So, all right, without further ado, let's get into the video. As this gentleman, his name, I will link, again, as I always do, I will link the full description, the full video in the description below. But they kind of broke it down for us. So we're going to go through it, and I'm going to add some color commentary, some context, and we'll break it down together. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into the video clip today.
Raja Obama.
This is Rampage Jackson, son of legendary fighter Quinton Rampage Jackson, and if you haven't seen the video yet, he got into some pretty bad shit last night. So to give some backstory to this whole thing, Raja was invited by his friend AJ Mana, someone who's wrestling on the card that night for Knox Wrestling. Raja even states later that he does not care about wrestling, that he's only here to support his friend AJ.
Yeah, AJ's Mana's on the fight card. That's the only reason why I'm here.
AJ takes Raja to the back to meet the wrestlers that he's familiar with, the ones that he actually knows.
As Presidente, I fucking hate you. I hate this dude. Worse.
And that's when Psycho Stu decides to come up behind Raja, stick his belly out, hands at the hips to get some camera time. Raja, unfazed, not caring, just decides to keep talking to the dudes until Psycho Stu decides to take matters into his own hands.
Where's the real McKill at? Where's he at?
You don't need to worry about him. You need to be worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little... Oh, you don't sell it?
This is where...
All right. Oh man, it's crazy because I know how this is all gonna end. So like, part of me is just like, that is not like what's going to happen is not funny. But as a wrestling fan, so far it's like, oh, we see where this is going. This is supposed to be fun. And why I mention that is because while it looks very, very real, what just happened, I need y'all to. I'm gonna go back real quick to that moment, and I'm gonna play it. And I need you to hear something that this something Stewart, I forgot his wrestling name, something he's gonna say. I need you to pay attention to it because I don't know if you caught it. Let's run it back.
You need to be worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
All right. First he said you need to be worrying about Psycho Stu. Now that's not the sorry, that is not the part. The next part is the part we need to pay attention to.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little... Oh, you don't sell it?
Right there. Right there. After he hit his head with the clearly fake can, or we'll just say like the empty can used for like wrestling props, he immediately asked him, hey, you ain't gonna sell it? And for those of you who don't know about wrestling terminology, selling it is basically just like, you know, like, I mean, if you've been living under a rock and you've never seen pro wrestling, WWE, WCW, whatever it was at any point in your life, like you understand, like, you know, when someone hits someone with a chair or they do any of these moves, like they got to sell it, right? Like The Rock was famous for getting a Stone Cold Stunner and like spinning backwards off the mat to make it look like it was a lot more painful than it was. So right now, my guy right here sees the cameras and basically goes into like wrestler mode, okay? Where you're always promoting, you're always selling a story, you're always effectively trying to like keep the fantasy alive, right? Like they call it kayfabe, but it's just like you're kind of like, you know, well, sorry guys, for the wrestlers out there, the pro wrestlers out there, if I am completely ruining the terminology here, do not kill me. I am a fan, but I still am not the greatest with all the terminology. But all right, anyways, basically he immediately started to get into wrestling mode and tried to sell something right after he hit his head on the right after he hit Raja here with the can, and Raja is not having it, and this is where the problem starts.
This is where things start to go south. Unfortunately, the dude was probably pretty drunk already, didn't know what was going on, and saw the camera and Raja and thought that this was some sort of skit or that Raja was another pro wrestler recording something for the promotion. Worst part about it being that this guy took one of these prop cans to Raja's head, not knowing that Raja was already recovering from a concussion that he got in light sparring from a spinning kick just a couple days ago.
Again, that's a good bit of context because like a lot of folks don't know. It's crazy to be seeing Raja on, like, honestly, for me, it's crazy to see Raja on in the news again, considering he was just in the news a few days ago for this exact situation where one dude, another live streamer, had a camera open, like a tripod up with his camera during sparring, and he did a spinning kick and hit Raja right in the head. Now, again, Like, sparring is not supposed to be a death match. You are supposed to have respect and care and love for your fellow teammates. And so you aren't trying to kill them. You're trying to, like, you know, just kind of like feel each other out, work some moves here and there, but it's not an actual fight. So you're not going 100%. Some folks here are just looking to learn something, get a workout, go home safe. And some people here have the greatest egos in the world, and they're trying to prove something. That's what happened with the dude on the camera, and Roger got kicked right in the head, and unfortunately got a concussion for it. Now, that concussion is actually a few days out at this point, and I would argue it's probably part of the reason why what will happen later in this video happened. So let's keep going.
No, I didn't go with my pops. How does my head feel? I'm still fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie. That's part of the reason why I didn't stream earlier. I was supposed to stream going to fucking paintballing with AJ, but my head was fucked up. I was throwing up and shit. My dad is, yeah, I'm fucked up right now, guys. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I know I need a fucking rest, but yeah, so I'm gonna take a break from it for a while, but you know, my coach, my lifting coach and shit, one of my teammates, Andre, who was on the stream the last time, is having a pro wrestling show, and I told him I will come and support, and then I wanted to bring you guys with me. You know what I'm saying? Get an MRI. I'm gonna go definitely get checked out on Monday though.
I'm not gonna lie. I look. I don't watch him often. I see sometimes some like clips of him and his dad just like going back and forth come across my feed, but I'm not watching him constantly. I don't know if what we're watching right now is like how he normally talks, or if he's just like so brain fogged by, you know, everything that's happened over the past couple of days. But it just like, we'll say in terms of the narrative, it definitely kind of feels like that. Like that head kick he got in the last clip is contributing to what we're seeing now. But again, I might be reading a lot into it because, I mean, that's what we do, right? All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah, I was throwing up and shit. My head still feels like funny. I'm not even gonna cap.
All right, so he was throwing up. His head feels funny, and he decided to hop on stream and come out to support the friend, right? But again, like, you know, might have, let's say this, he probably didn't realize, like, because they brought him back. We'll say this, his friend brought him back to meet the other wrestlers. He probably didn't go out here thinking that he would actually get into like a moment with one of the wrestlers. So to be fair to him, there's no way he probably would have seen that, but you know, it's fine. I won't blame him for that one.
Can then hear Stu ask Roger if he's gonna sell it when he has to get reminded by his fellow wrestlers that he is not one of them and is not one of the workers.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will. We're good.
You know, I think that's also a good bit of added context is that Stewart here immediately went into wrestling mode, like hit him with the can and like started kind of going into like promo. He just thought he was one of the wrestlers. Now, I'd argue that's not really the greatest move regardless. Like, you probably shouldn't do that, but that's what it was. So if he is one of the wrestlers, then when he hit him with the can, you would have immediately got some playback, right? And that's why he asked him. He was like, "Hey, you're not going to sell it? What's happening here, right?" And so from that perspective, it would make sense why he thought he was going to do that and why it got a little bit awkward. But yeah, that's quite interesting. Let's keep it going.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
Sorry, bro.
After telling Roger that he didn't know who he was, Stu then gets reprimanded by AJ. AJ gets pretty upset and lets him know that he's just a worker and that he needs to not be on all the time.
You good. Apologize for that, man. Fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Gracie. So what are you going? Good, dude.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
No, so Stu, poquito, cámara el pie.
Then the Samoan
I
Unk
don't
tells
know,
that
but-
Stu does this all the time and constantly mistakes stuff for being a part of the storyline.
Sorry about that, dude.
All right, just real quick. The fact that he does that all the time and mistakes people for being part of the storyline, it's kind of crazy. Like that unfortunately is already a bad habit to have, right? Like you can't just expect everyone you see is part of the game, right? Not everyone's part of the game. So kind of dumb, I think, but all right, let's keep it going.
He always think that we're working over here like it's part of the fucking storyline.
Just keep quiet. What kind of homo thug shit?
Rampage. That's how we
No, bro.
Go ahead, Stu. This is all.
After
I
getting
definitely dropped
rejected
that cap.
twice, Stu realizes that Raja was having no parts of his apology until somebody suggests that Raja can interrupt his match and give him his receipt Then Raja accepts the
I
apology.
appreciate it.
All right, real quick, just so you know, wrestling terminology, receipt is payback, but it doesn't mean like it's like a, like for example, when you're watching wrestling and they're punching each other, they're not like really punching each other, but they're doing it in a way which looks like they're punching in a way that is in line with their style and their aesthetic. And then they're also like not really going off on each other. They're punching in a way where it can look realistic enough, but like no one's really taking damage. But if someone gives you a receipt, they might really punch you straight in the face, right? So like everything else might be, you know, hey, that's part of the game. But then you might take an actual, like what they call like a stiff jab or a stiff kick, and that just means like it's real. But that's usually it. And the whole purpose of the receipt is kind of just like I caught what you did last time. I'm getting you back for that. And now our like it's kind of like a mutual respect thing. The scales are rebalanced. You know what I mean? But that's it. It's not like now I'm going to kill you and actually fight with you in the middle of the street, or now we're really going to brawl. That's never what it's meant to be. Okay? So just want to keep that in mind. They mentioned that he can get a receipt back for what just happened. And that's the only thing that made him say, all right, you know what? It's fine. Let's move on.
I didn't know. I thought you were at work. Don't see my wheel. You stay in the camera. I
get it.
We're working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're always working. So we'll set it up. I'll have him come out during your mat so we could fucking seal the whole thing and it will make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Well, now you just involved fucking Rampage himself, because that's his boy. No, he can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle myself. Yeah, I can handle myself.
Rampage gonna come whoop your ass.
You don't need his dad. He handle his own shit.
Yeah, I got my own shit.
After setting up the interruption for Raja,
I think that's another thing too you got to keep in mind. A lot of the times he goes out with his dad. His dad is like part of the stream. They're doing streams together. They both have their own separate thing, but like, you know, their banter and all this stuff is like, it's really part of the dynamic. And I think one of the things that you'll see, and it's one of the things I'll mention later, is that, you know, he is trying his best to get out of the shadow of his dad, which I feel like I understand if your parents are like some celebrities or something and you want your opportunity to create your own name. But yeah, I mean, there's some other elements with his dad that you'll see later that I think are a bit weird, and we'll get to it. I don't want to talk too much now without having the evidence to back it up. So let's let it play, and we'll get to that in a bit. All right.
on Stu's match, AJ comes over and lets him know the game plan and tries to explain what went on with Stu.
I was in the swing.
No.
What he thought was he was a pro.
I understand.
Yeah, another thing is, even when we are working like that, you don't fucking, you know
That's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
But he doesn't tell him like that.
He don't. He's a fucking idiot. Hey. So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
After being
All right. So like, as you can see at this point, everyone's pretty much on his side, right? They're like, yo, that was kind of wild. That was crazy. Dude came up out of nowhere. He had no business doing that. And you know what? Make sure you give him back that receipt. So right now, you actually kind of feel a little bad for him, right? It looks like he just got punked. He feels like he got bullied. Again, he can handle himself. Like I mentioned earlier, he's actually a trained fighter. He can handle himself. But at the same time, you know, no one likes something like that to happen. And I think having this recorded live on the internet is not helping, right? That's typically kind of how this goes. Egos are in the way, and people feel in different type of ways about stuff like this. Either way, let's keep it going.
Given the go-ahead to give this guy his receipt, Roger's on go mode for the rest of the night.
I'll get it there. Hey, as long as I get my lick back, I'm straight. I'm straight.
This is kind of the turning point in the night as Roger gets time to chill out and kind of think about everything and gets rage baited by all the comments in the stream.
This nigga got knocked out. I didn't even get knocked out. Why didn't you fuck that guy up?
I don't know if I want that music playing in the background because I'm in the middle of a live stream and YouTube is. I mean, how is this guy even playing it? Like, let me bring it forward a little bit. So I guess just real quick, I throw a little commentary here. Right now, so imagine like the same way I'm on a live stream with y'all right now, he is on a live stream on Kick, and he is watching all of the comments talk about what it was that just happened. The difference is sometimes you probably shouldn't read the comments because the comments will have you feeling a certain type of way. And I think in this case, they're making him feel like he got punked, and they're basically doubling down on the sentiment. And it is actually getting to him. He is not like looking at the commentary and the critiques meant in the comments the right way, in my view. But you know, that's kind of what's happening here. I'll play it here. Hopefully, you know, hopefully I don't get copyright strike from for Snoop Dogg in the background. But let's keep it going.
I know this is crazy.
All right, everybody.
This is like my
How's everybody doing now?
third or fourth
I'll give you guys a
string.
little bit of time to adjust.
Now, at this point of the night, Roger's dad, Rampage, got informed on what's been going on with his son on his Kick stream through the comments.
I'm watching stream. I'm watching my son's stream. Where the fuck? Oh, he at the pro wrestling thing. He
So,
at a
like-
pro wrestling event.
Okay, I'm thinking like, do I want to bring this
Let me
forward?
call my son. Yeah,
Take a little
he
bit
at
of
the
time
pro
to
wrestling
adjust.
event. Around,
A little bit of time
walking
to
around
add
watching
to a maid,
dudes, men in tights and
right?
shit.
I'm also
I looked at his stream.
sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
going to
not.
apologize, right?
Hey,
Yo,
Because when I mentioned
did
the
you get
50-50,
jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights,
I didn't
nigga?
even tell
You
you
said
where to
what?
get the tickets.
Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
no,
Why didn't you tell me?
no.
You were
You got
recording
a
me the
problem.
whole
Do I need
time. You tell
do I
me
need to
I'm
send
stupid or
send my
terrible?
goons over there?
No.
This is crazy. I thought we were a family, y'all.
Did
What is going on
your coach
right
take care of
now?
everything?
I apologize. So let me put
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
in the
straight.
right direction.
You straight?
Because
I looked at your stream because my chat was going crazy, and then by the time I popped in your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga. You was hugging on some dude in some booty shorts.
I wasn't.
All right, so like if y'all can't tell at this point, the nature of their relationship is very much like this. His dad basically gets on him like all the time, and he's like making fun of him. He has the jokes, and it's funny because like when you know everything is okay, it just looks like some crazy banner. It looks a little toxic in some areas, but like it's just like it's like his dad is a MMA legend. You're not gonna expect this guy to be the most like elegant with his words. He's not that type of guy. He never has been. Rampage is known for being rough around the edges. And so like just seeing that dynamic with his son, you're just like, okay, well, this is what we come here for, right? I would assume. And so, you know, look, basically he calls him and on one hand, he's doing what a parent does. He checks on him. Hey, I heard you got attacked or something like that. And then like he pretty much immediately realizes it's nothing serious. And he's just like, oh, well, I heard it was basically like dudes in tights and all this other stuff. So, The problem I think with this is, and this is the reason why I wanted y'all to see this, is I think what his dad says about him in these moments really does get to him. And I don't think he's built to just like have this banner and have it roll off and like be okay. Like, I don't, like, it's one thing to see a particular relationship, how it manifests on a live stream. Like, understand that even when you're watching a live stream, there's a bit of like kayfabe going on, right? There's a bit of a performance going on. Like, for example, right now, I am talking with y'all, but I am in a room by myself talking to a camera, right? Right? Like this is the nature of it. So once you're live and you go in there, like you're like you gotta make it entertaining for everybody. So sometimes I wonder if what we're seeing is just like for the stream, right? Or is it like what we're seeing is how it is that they actually communicate with one another? But I think one of the things that we got to keep in mind is that there is something deeper there that I think really affects Raja and makes him want to, like, you know, I think he wants to. I think there's something with his dad that gets under his skin or bothers him, and he's trying to kind of get out that shadow. So, all right, let's keep it going. I wanted to bring it up so you can kind of see it here because it's going to tie in to some of the things we're going to see a bit later. Keep it going.
So if there was any I saw you hugging on your coach. No, I don't got no sexual fantasy, nigga. I got some eyeballs. I saw you making shit up. I ain't make nothing up. Okay. Okay, was you not around a bunch of dudes with some damn
I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, yeah, for a wrestling show. Nigga, I thought you was a muscle at a baby oil show. Nigga, everybody's all listening to this shit.
All right, speed it up a little bit.
All right,
So get over there.
now y'all got my son mad at me. Are y'all happy now?
All right,
He straight up dissed me.
For the rest of the night, Raja gets successfully rage-baited by every single person in his comments, letting him know that he's a fake crash out, a pussy, a pushover, and just gets disrespected everywhere that he goes.
I'm a fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be very, very honest. So I'm gonna be very, very honest here. I'm gonna be very honest. I am not sure I could play this next part completely on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. There's some concerns I would have about it. To be very, very clear. To be very, very clear. I'm not sure YouTube is gonna be okay with it, but hold on. Let's actually got my first comment of the day. 1 second. I'm realizing I got a technical difficulty here. I can't get my my comments to show up on the stream. We gonna get it together though. We will absolutely get it together. Let's go. Cool. I think we got it. All right. First comment of the day. Shout out to Buckeye548. Are we sure that the wrestler was actually knocked out? You know what? I'll say this. It is a good question to ask, but I would say at this point, yeah, we're pretty sure. I think we're pretty sure because, listen, it's always right when you're watching wrestling and things like that. The question, like, are they just like really like doing a good job right now at convincing us? Because there is a lot of moments like that. But, well, the way this kind of goes down and some of the info and news that came up after the fact, like it reported from all the different news sites and having him in the hospital and all these different things, like there is, in my mind, no doubt that it was not a work. So, so you know, I'm gonna say this. I think my guy is not in a good in a good case right now. He's not in a good position. We'll just say that. But you know what? Fair enough. Like you gotta ask. I feel you on that. You gotta ask, right? Like yo, like. Did The Rock really throw Stone Cold off a bridge, right? like you gotta ask these questions, okay? It's very, 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 very important. But nah, man, I believe like 100% that this guy is you know, he's he's not okay. He's not okay. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. And you know what else? It's so funny because I'm thinking about whether or not I can actually show the clip. And the irony is that if we're watching an MMA fight, MMA fights are on YouTube. UFC fights are on YouTube. But like, it's like those are sanctioned fights. Like what we're watching here feels like it's just like in a gray area. Like I don't know. Maybe I show one punch and then I end it there and I have to just narrate because I'm just worried about YouTube. I'm gonna try my very best to bring it up to the point of action, and then like we'll move away from there. Just to be safe, guys. New channel. I can't get on YouTube's bad side this early. Give me some time. Give me some time to grow here. All right, let's keep it going.
Do this and do some shit to him.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot I got sidetracked. Right now, my guy Raja is proceeding to be absolutely trolled by his live chat. Okay, and the problem is that like he is here in person, and he's the one where like anything he does, he has to live with the consequences of, and he's just like easily being trolled right now, and it makes no damn sense why he's doing that. So, let's see, bro could have been faking it. You know what? I'll tell you this, because I'm going to show the slam at least. From the slam, I was like, he could be faking it, right? Like maybe like this slam was hard and it looked like he hit his head, but like maybe he's okay. But he ate one too many punches, and I'm gonna say like that's a bit much. Can you show the ref tapping out the wrestler out at the 35th punch was landed? Nah, man. All right, no. Listen, all right, I'm gonna get to the point, but I'm gonna say this right now, okay? I'm a very, very big UFC fan, and I'll tell you what. When I'm watching an MMA fight, and those guys are actually fighting, right? There ain't no work there. Dudes be getting punched like 2 or 3 times unanswered, and the ref jumps in to stop it. Okay, so like you might eat a good 2, 3, maybe 4 punches unanswered before the ref jumps in. But this dude ate like 20. Okay, and nah. I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no way. There's no way this is a work. If it's a work, I just don't understand life anymore. But look, like I said, I'm a fan of wrestling. If this was a work, I'd be happy if this was a work, because I swear to you, this looks like attempted murder. Okay, so being a work would be great, but I do not believe it's a work. Man, you deserve a sub. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm out here doing my thing, and thanks for joining in on the live stream today. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna try my best to not get booted off of YouTube with this next part, because wait, see, here's the crazy part. This video is on YouTube that we're watching right now. So like, how's this guy on YouTube? Maybe I'm overthinking it. All right, let's proceed, guys. Let's proceed with caution. Hold on. Let us proceed with caution. Okay.
How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I don't know. Fucking can.
Gets a spot in the Wild Samoan
Exactly.
Cup tournament.
Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up.
Right there. That's just something I wanted to point out, and that I think we should all pay attention to. He's already saying like, "Oh, my dad can't say these things about me," and I'm just like, that kind of gives you the indication of all it is that you need to know, right? That kind of gives you the indication that he is very, very concerned with how his dad perceives him, and look, to be fair, everyone who has a relationship with their family cares about how their parents perceive them. But I mean, what we're seeing right here is almost just like, I want to prove dad wrong. I'm not a bitch, right? Like that's basically what he's saying. And I feel like that's the worst kind of like, approval to look for, right? So let's keep it going.
Tell me to fake him. They say I can hit him for real. Exactly. People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Straight up, bro.
All right, now mind you, at this point, he is still really upset, and I don't think the video showed the part, but I'm just gonna say it to be very clear so y'all know. The Stewart guy like was he was definitely wrong for smashing the can on him and assuming that he was a wrestler in on the industry and in on the game. But after the point at which he realized that Raja here is not like part of the industry, he's not even a wrestler, he's just kind of someone who's supporting someone else, then he very, very much started to apologize for it. He apologized multiple times. And if it didn't show in this video, I have another clip on Twitter that I could show you the apology to make it clear. So he definitely apologized for it. They got clear. And what was supposed to happen is supposed to be a work. He's supposed to go in the ring, as we're going to see. And that point is supposed to be a work. But it goes 0 to 1,000 very, very quick. Let's keep going.
I'm just really, like I said, guys, I'm really fucking humble at the end of the day. This nigga ain't no fighter, but I'm gonna really have to show him, like, nigga, you can't just hit a fucking can on my goddamn face. W, if you want to see me, you want to see if I can pick him up. W. It was not a fake can, bro. It was not a fake can. I'm telling you that shit right now. It didn't hurt, but it wasn't a fake can. That was a real ass can.
Okay, also notice that he is right now admitting that he absolutely was not hurt. Okay, it could be a real can, but you wasn't hurt. So he wasn't physically hurt. The only thing that's hurt right now is his ego and his pride. Again, a deadly combination for men. It is one of the many things that can lead to our downfall. Let's keep it going.
Bet.
After getting cooked by the comments, Raja gets impatient and stands up and asks one of the workers when the guy's coming out so he can interrupt and slam the dude.
I don't know when I'm getting in the ring. I can ask. I'm gonna go ask. Let's go ask. Y'all gonna let me know when I'm getting in the ring? Okay.
Right during the next match, I'm gonna sit right behind you. I'm gonna give you a tap to let you know.
All right, bet.
That was the only thing Raja needed to know. Now he knew that he was gonna fuck that dude up once he got that signal, and then that signal finally came. Raja then starts to pull everything out of his pocket one by one and hand it over to his trainer, and I think at this point there was no getting Raja back. He was dead set on what he was gonna go in there and do. While Raja gets ready to interrupt the match, the cameraman's getting different angles and even getting a little bit excited for the fight himself.
Honestly,
let's do this. I can't really read what they're saying right here, but I know that the guy behind him is the one that gave him the signal to go ahead and interrupt the match.
This is like guys, this whole part right here is just wild to me. It doesn't make any sense at all why he's still so heated about this right now. Like, this is why I was saying, I think it's CTE, but we'll keep it going. Honestly, I should have had this at 1.25 speed because this video is so slow. All right, let's back it up. All right.
I'm so sorry.
No, stop it!
That's you.
You! Kill me!
All right. All right, hold on. All right, real quick. That slam itself, I feel like it's fine. He's just like, oh, it's wrestling, right? But dude hit the back of his head really hard right there. Okay? Now again, it could still be a work. I am willing to be convinced that, it's still a bit of a work, okay? It's not real yet. But I'm just saying, guys. That's one part. Yam. But I'm gonna show one or two punches, and then I can't let it keep playing because I'm just scared of YouTube right now. Hold on. Did y'all saw that? You can call that the work, and that in itself is not bad, but there's two. All right, and there's three. I got it, guys. I'm sorry. Let me narrate real quick. Hold on. Let me bring it a little further. What I need you to understand is that what is about to happen is this dude is about to get punched. That was 3 punches I just showed, okay? This dude is about to get punched like 18 more times, okay? It was like, it's like at least 20 times he's gonna get punched. I feel like it was like 23 or something like that. I forgot what the count is, but dude is about to get punched. Hold. We said, we need to see the ref. Listen, the ref is right here. And the ref is right here, and you're right. The ref is usually in on it. This is how it works. But like, look, I don't think the ref believed he was watching what he was watching. Because part of me thinks he was just like, I am not going to be the guy who gets hit. Like, these are some stiff punches, okay? This guy's getting clocked right now. I'll give you one. I'll give you 1 or 2 more punches just to let y'all see it. Okay, cool. That's it. I can't do no more. I can't do no more. Okay. I need you to know. At first, it's light, but remember, he is not a trained wrestler, so he doesn't even know how to punch in a way that looks real, but it's not. He is a trained fighter, and I want y'all to know that whenever there are wrestlers who fought, when you see them in the wrestling ring, they are not hitting the same way they did when they fought. Like, take like a Ronda Rousey, take like a Brock Lesnar, right? Brock Lesnar is a WWE wrestler who at some point was a legit UFC champion, okay? When you saw him in the UFC versus when you watch him in WWE, it looks very, very different when he's hitting somebody, okay? What we watch this guy do right now is not good. It's absolutely not, it's not good. He pulled a Herb Dean. I like that. I was thinking about that as well, right? Herb Dean lets you take a couple extra punches just to be sure. It was like, oh, hold on, I'm looking for there's a Herb Dean meme of hold on, let me see if I can find it. This is like the funniest thing I can think of. Hold on, real quick, we'll come right back. I just got to take a detour because now, oh, okay, hold on. I took a detour because now Buckeye got me laughing here. Hold on, what's the Herb Dean meme? It's the running meme. Everyone knows what it. Right here. Here it is. Okay. Here's the Herb Dean meme. This is what happens when a guy is legitimately getting his lights knocked right out. Okay, he's getting punched on the ground. Okay, in pain, and he needs the fight stopped. Herb Dean's running over looking like this with a delay. He lets you take about 6-7 extra punches. Remember how I mentioned earlier? The ref sees about 2, 3, 4 at max unanswered punches. Herb Dean every now and again, he lets the hammer drop down on your face just a couple of times and make sure that you're dead before he starts running over there just like this to save you, right? So, oh man, it's funny. It's funny in the context of UFC, but I'm not gonna lie, it's funny everywhere. So long as you're not the guy who's getting your face smashed in, that's all I'm gonna say. I get to laugh here on stream in the comfort of my safe office. Okay, I am not like this guy. Look, Herb Dean came in hot. This is oh man. Specifically, I remember this moment right here. Herb Dean ran in and tried to stop what was happening to Poirier, and he gave him an elbow drop. Oh man! All right. Oh man! All right, let's get back to it. Oh gosh! All right, let's get back to it. Let me bring it a little bit though, guys. I really don't want to play this guy getting punched in the face 20 times. Okay, I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. Got to see where it is to bring us right back to the action after the point. I just can't have it going crazy. So sorry for the detour, but we're back. Okay, we are back to the regularly scheduled programming. All right. So what we have here, what we're gonna see is, like I mentioned, he punched this dude in the face like 21 to 23, 24 times, okay? And that is not an exaggeration. This video clip is all over Twitter, and when you watch how this guy's getting punched in the face, you start to think to yourself, like is he alive? Like are we watching something crazy right now on a live stream? And I will say this. Because it's on a live stream, because it's in a wrestling ring, at first, you simply don't believe it because you're just like, No. Wrestling is scripted. Wrestling is scripted. I will never say wrestling's fake. For the people who say wrestling's fake, you're wrong. It's not fake. It's scripted. Okay. Dudes are really jumping over things. Like they're really jumping out the ring on top of each other. It just didn't really hurt that much. But it could if they landed wrong. In this case, dude really got dropped on his head, which, okay, maybe that hurt. And maybe he was just like, but it's fine. But a 21 punches to the face? Nah. No. Especially from a non-wrestler who doesn't know how to throw the right punches. My guy is getting knocked out over here. And actually, he was knocked out. He was knocked out after the slam, or probably like 1 or 2 punches in, he was knocked out. And he ate 20 plus more unanswered. And now all the other wrestlers, once they start to realize something's wrong, start to jump into the ring to hold back Raja. Because at this point, my guy was probably going to kill this guy, like legitimately. All right, so here he's going. Here he's going for a double leg on this guy. And he's trying to wrestle this guy and bring him down. And so now some of the other wrestlers are realizing, yo, we need to stop this man. So they all jumping in on the ring now, which is what, they probably should have done after like punch 7. Just a thought. Let's keep it going. Y'all notice my guy on the floor over there still did not get up. Just saying. He didn't even move. Okay?
For the rest of the video, you can't really hear anything. The audio is pretty messed up. I don't know what happened to the camera, but it happened to stay that way. Basically, point of it is, Raja he basically gets jumped right here. He got bit a couple times. He gets walked out of the place, and they follow him out.
All right, I'm going to fast forward it because that part, is just going to be a whole bunch of dumb noise. All right, so he explained it perfectly fine. That's what's going to happen. Now, he is still on his live stream. I'm going to just put it up 1.25. He's still on his live stream, and he's talking as he's walking away. Okay? And what's going to happen is that, and we'll see in a second, one of the wrestlers who was there is going to basically come out and start challenging him again. But everyone at this point is pretty much speculating that it's just so that they stall for the cops to come, because it crossed, you went from it's a work to oh, my guy tried to kill dude. And that's crazy, right?
Attention to this dude in the blue. He follows him. He makes some threats to him. He's basically trying to get him to come back. I think what he was trying to do is distract him long enough for the police to come, because I know that they had called the police immediately after he attacked him. So I'm guessing he was going to try and fight him or stall him long enough to keep him there. Or I don't know. Point of it is he was trying to rage bait Raja into fighting somebody else.
Tired of motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self, because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually embarrassing. Like when I see this, I'm actually embarrassed, because I'm just dude is reacting this way right now off of that can getting crushed on his head. It wasn't that serious. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. Okay. He even said he wasn't hurt. And he is heated. He's saying all these things oh, I'm tired of everyone playing with me. And this is what I was talking about earlier. What we're watching right now, guys, is built up resentment. What we're watching right now is unresolved anger issues. What we're watching right now, mind you, this guy got a concussion not even a whole week ago. Right? So he might not even fully be capable of handling a heightened emotional state. And that's probably another reason why we're seeing what we're seeing, guys. And this is kind of what I think is going on here. I don't believe my guy is of full sound mind and body, and he went and did that. I think that head kick that he got threw him off, and it is amplifying his emotions to a degree in which he can't handle it. I think that compounded with some other stuff he got going on, worried that his dad is at home calling him a bitch on live stream and all these other things. And what we have is a legitimate crash out. But on live stream in a way that looks like an attempted murder, right? That's kind of what it looks like, in my view. You know what I mean? Just in my view. If you have X, we need to review this clip. Which clip? You mean this clip, right? You mean the clip of him getting punched in the face? Look, this YouTube video has the whole clip in it. I don't know how my guy's doing it, to be quite honest. I'm just worried for myself. Because I don't know. It's here though. It's here. I do have X. Just don't know if I'm gonna play the whole clip. I got a bookmark somewhere right now. Oh, the ref. the ref. I can check. Right after I get to this, I'm gonna check to see if we can get a better view of what the ref's doing. Because I mean, you've been pointing out the ref the whole time. Like, nah, I think this guy's in on it. We gotta see what he's doing. I'll tell you what. I think the ref just didn't want to get punched himself. I think at some point the ref is just like, all right, you know what? It got a little too real for me, dog. I ain't gonna be the one to pull him off. Let the other guys pull him off. You know what I mean? It's kind of that whole thing where and then now I'm going back to some wrestling lore, but like it's like when you have, oh man, was it Earl Hebner? Basically you had a ref who was in on the Montreal screw job, right? You have Bret Hart, you had Shawn Michaels. For those of you who don't know about it, it's a wrestling moment that happened a very long time ago. It was in WWE at the time, right? Or WWF at the time it happened. But basically, you have a guy in Bret Hart. He's the champion. He's going to go to WCW. The plan is to have him win, and then the next day, like, the belt goes away because he retired as the champion. And Vince and Shawn Michaels and the ref, they came up with a plan to screw over Bret Hart. And right after they did it, bro, basically what they wound up doing is like doing a routine like submission type move or whatever it was. I forget if it was a submission or a pin, and it wasn't supposed to end that way, but the ref basically rang the bell and act like he tapped, it's over. And the Bret's looking at him like, hold on, that's not the plan. That's not how this is supposed to work. But what you notice is when that happened, the ref immediately ran out the ring because he knew if he stayed in the ring, he was going to get his ass whooped by Bret Hart. And for real, not part of the work. So he had to get out of there. And so I'm just saying, the ref is dedicated to his job trust. Yeah, I mean, listen, the ref is dedicated to the bit by all means. Yeah, I mean, I am not sure. I am not sure. I'm not sure. Let's once I wrap this up, let's go back and let's see if we can find what the ref is doing. I just got to see if I could I'm going to see if I can maneuver the screen away to not watch the guy getting punched in the face 20 times. Because maybe if I was on Kick myself, I'd be reviewing it in its full glory without any caution or concern. But let's keep it going.
Come on, man. We're leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro. You can't do shit to me. You can't fuck with me, bro. You can't fuck.
No, it's after the fight. Okay, I'm gonna find it then, because maybe there's a clip that I'm not even thinking about. I'm thinking of the regular one, but if there is it like the ref is talking afterwards, or do you mean there's a clip of the ref after the altercation where they were holding him inside the ring and there's like another angle or something like that? Because if there's that one, that's definitely something I didn't see. I've pretty much seen like this angle and one other angle within the same place, but I haven't seen anything else besides it. Oh man, I think you should go to prison for pausing so much. You know what? You're right. My bad. I'm back. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. Oh snap. Okay. We're gonna go here. Hold on. I'm trying very hard not to show this, and then this is happening again in the corner because I'm just like trying to be cool here. Let's see. You embarrass your own kind. Mar, my guy, what is going on here? What does this even mean? What does this even mean? Oh man. All right. I'm going to I'm going to take this as something ridiculous, but you know, keep it moving. Thanks for joining the stream. Whatever this means. Mar, are you pressed? Yeah, my guy is very pressed right now. Very pressed. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest. The reason why I am pausing at this point is because I am not sure how YouTube is gonna feel about me playing some dude legitimately getting punched in the face. Now, I was mentioning earlier, there are UFC fights on here, and this is happening to people too. So perhaps there's a gray area that I'm not fully familiar with yet. But I think everyone I've watched review this has blocked that out, but they also didn't do it on a live stream. So I'm kind of in different territory. So okay, let's keep it going. Just a little context here. This is Rampage Jackson. This is his father. This is another streamer, Sneeko, and they're watching the entire altercation themselves. Mar broke. That's all. Must be. If you don't have your own phone or something to go check out the full clip on Twitter, but let's keep it going.
Roger might go to jail.
All right, cool. Let me. I'll bring it down a little bit.
He might get banned off kick too.
All right, listen. Getting banned off the kick is the least of his concerns, but going to jail is the very, very real one. One that I think is, I don't know. I feel like it's a guarantee at this point.
That was bad. I hope it was staged. I hope it's staged because sometimes people do hardcore. Some people do hardcore pro wrestling. Chat. What's that?
Hello?
Hey, where the hell are you, man? I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
Oh, Rampage is going to jail. Don't worry about that. Yeah, he is.
He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take advantage.
I'll call you back later.
Yo, imagine how wild that is. He just called him and said, like, yeah, I think that was his friend. He says, like, hey, that guy is not waking up. You know, like, I get that you had some beef, but you didn't have to do all that. And he's just like, okay, my bad. And I'm like, dog, you almost killed the man. Like, honestly. And, like, it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't that serious. Like, it really wasn't that serious.
Let's go. Ready? Get in the line. Let's go.
Damn, man.
As you can tell by the heavy breathing and the pacing around, Raja did not want to hear that guy is not awake and flatlined, probably thinking that he killed him and facing a lot more jail time than what he's already facing, attacking him. Thankfully, from Rampage Jackson, Raja's dad, we know that Psycho Stu is awake and stable, and that he does not condone any of Raja's actions, that he suffered a concussion recently and probably shouldn't have even done anything that involves physical contact. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think that this is just a string? That he suffered a concussion recently? It's a string of bad decisions from Raja from the entire night, crashing out on someone who doesn't deserve it? Or could this be some sort of lingering early sign of CTE where he's suffering from this concussion, that he's not emotionally there to make these kinds of decisions, which led to this, which led to him being, you know, on edge and attacking him the way that he did? Let me know what you guys think.
All right. Shout out to man. He is a 4.9. No way. Huh. That's a YouTube channel with 7,000 subscribers has a 1.6 million viewed video. That's impressive. Pretty sure most of it is after this whole thing went up. So shout out to him. Made this in 2 hours last night. He's gonna be chasing this for a very long time. All right, shout out to him. Thanks for the compilation. I guess it just saved me from having to put together all the clips. There's some things I probably could have gone without, but overall, I do appreciate the content. So I mean, look, guys, that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about here, right? How do we feel about, like, I guess the questions asked at the end there, because there are some of the questions I have as well. Do we believe? Let me while I get this other stuff together. Do we believe that what we're actually watching here is someone who is just like that emotionally unstable, and he was that upset over the can thing, or do we think like there's probably something deeper going on there, right? If you ask me, knowing that he had a concussion recently, that's kind of all I need to know. That's brain damage, and I think, like, understand that everything about you at the end of the day is contingent upon your brain being intact, right? So if you're off for any reason, you might think it's you, but like it might not be, right? And so I think not being able to handle a heightened emotional state is probably some CTE, or it's just like dude had a concussion like less than a week ago, and he needs some time before he's doing anything physical. Like I agree with what his dad Rampage said in that regard. It's also kind of crazy that, like, you know, you think about it, it basically has Rampage kind of like disavow his son, right? Like go out there and be like, nah, I don't condone that. And I think it's kind of to draw a line in the sand where it's like, my guy, you crossed the line here. You know what I mean? You did too much. So yeah, not great to see, but definitely what happened. These ads are annoying. I wish I could go to, but anyways, I wanted to come here to give you all an update, at least what we got so far on this dude's health. This is Stuart Smith is still injured in the hospital. I think as of this morning, I think Rampage found out some information about him and basically said that he was he may not be doing as well as previously thought. And what did they say? Originally, they said he was basically fine, like still in critical care, but in stable condition. I don't think anything has opened up there. Let's see. Posted on social media. Let's see. Oh, this is just Rampage full tweet. Should I read this? All right, really quick. I want to clear up misinformation about my son, Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, a.k.a. Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he can get his payback in the ring. I thought it was a part of the show. It was bad judgment, and the work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. Okay, pretty much agree there, right? I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned in his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset. And I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a full speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation. Now, I think the reason why he keeps bringing up the whole Kick thing is because, like, there are a couple things here. Number one, if Mr. Smith were to die, that would be like manslaughter for Raja, right? And I think that's still the case. This is a dad right now who doesn't want to see his son go to jail. But also, his son is a grown man, and he really, like, legitimately hurt some dude who really didn't deserve all that, right? And so there's also a concern for the wrestling guy, and it's just kind of a hard place to be, I think, in general. The Kick element is just like, this is what they're making their money off of right now. This is their career that they mainly have, and that's all dead. Effectively, not for Rampage, but his son for sure. I think he got banned actually, like recently. Not like it matters, but yeah. Okay, what do we got here? All right, so I'm gonna do one last thing. There's a clip that I would hope to find. Let me see if I could Let me see if I could find it. There's a clip that I would hope to find. It was about the ref after the fact. And let me see if I could find it. 1 second. Let's see. Ref. We'll say Raja Jackson ref. Raja Jackson referee. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, my guy's still trending right now. That's not great. Agent says the referee who was in the ring during Rogers' fight should go to jail for not stepping in to stop him. You know, of course, you're gonna have a lot of these takes. What about the ref? Your whole job is to stop. Oh, snap. Okay. Man, I hope this video is gonna be fun.
Oh man.
The ref watching Raja almost kill a pro wrestler. Yeah. He Herb Dean did. All right, I can't go on Twitter, man. I can't go on Twitter. This is why you don't go on Twitter, because it's just only gonna be worse going on here. But all right, I can't find the clip. I am going to leave it there. I guess maybe my final thoughts. Guys, it is never that serious, okay? I would say if you ever find yourself in a position of life where you feel that you have been disrespected and you are absolutely upset by it, I need you to always think about like what is a reasonable and proportionate response. Also keep in mind that like what feels good for you in the moment may not necessarily be what is good for you beyond that time, right? I think he had his ego so bruised by like the can getting crushed on his head that my guy legitimately went out and just like crashed out, right? Like that is actually ridiculous. Hold on, is this hold on. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a whole bunch of random things here. Yeah. So listen, I think one of the things that we want to keep in mind, right, is that I think one of the things we want to keep in mind when we look at this situation is that my guy legitimately went on a live stream and basically just ruined his life. Okay. I think he'll probably get charged with this. I think recently I might have heard that there is an investigation into this matter. And I mean, like when they talk about an investigation, it's like, what are we really investigating here? Everything's live on camera and they saw everything, right? So I think what is going to happen. Sorry, I see a lot of different windows open. I'm trying to make sure none of these are interfering. I think what's going to happen ultimately is that Raja is going to find himself in a weird position in a few days. He's probably going to get arrested. He's probably going to be he's going to get ridiculed. He's going to get banned from all these different sites and things like that. He's not going to be in a position where he's definitely not going to be in the same position he was a few days ago. And it's sad because you're watching someone who just went on live stream and ruined their lives. It's also sad for the guy who got his face punched in like 23 times, okay? Because he didn't deserve that. Like, should he have immediately assumed that someone was a wrestler when he didn't know anything about them? Probably not. But also, he immediately apologized. He tried to make amends, and he even was perfectly fine with having the guy go back in there and get his revenge. Not necessarily the receipt, but to have it scripted that he would go in there and get his revenge. That's the reason why when he got picked up, he wasn't fighting back, because he was prepared to get slammed or thrown or something. He just didn't expect to get knocked unconscious. So all right, guys, I think I'm gonna end it there for tonight. I'm very tired. I've been at this for some time, but as always, I appreciate all of y'all who came along with me for the ride. Anyways, that is my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you have not already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. So until next time, YouTube, peace. And guys, you're gonna catch me live streaming a lot more. If you like this type of content, or you want me to live react to other types of things, let me know in the comments. I am always looking for things that might interest a live viewing audience. So appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.